Well, part of it's true, but not entirely. Of all the mining and petroleum projects in Papua New Guinea, we've only come to know of landowners serving the best interests of their respective areas. That means a whole lot of them working individually in isolation, battling for either royalties or participation in spin-off benefits. There is, however, a gradual sweeping movement to turn that around, and that's the theme local companies, like the PNG Mining and Petroleum Hospitality Services Limited, is running under, and that is landowners helping landowners. PNG Mining and Petroleum Hospitality Services Limited is a PNG-owned company owned by landowners from Hides, Moran, Kutubu, Gobe and down the pipeline Kikori in Gulf Province, and is a success story that has run along the footprints of oil search. It is predominantly a catering company and facilities management entity, where prior to forming PNG NPHS, they were individual landowner companies.
So it's a ongoing process where we're going to meet preparing for all the sites, because every more cost effectiveness, like I said, we can control it from 1.5%.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Just to interpret this song, sang in Kutubu. In Kutubu we've got two tribes, the Fasos and the Foi. So the song is sang in Foi language. The song states, "Mother, I'm hungry because I'm hungry and I'm dead and I'm about to bleed. Can I have someone to cook for me so that I can eat and I can be satisfied?" So this is an in-house song sang to us tonight from the house. And put it together, everyone.
I am from Kutubu Catering, one of the caterers that has been providing oil search in Kutubu project. And we had Gingira Camp Services who was doing same catering, also in Heights, but also to oil search at that time. And then we also had the Gobi Catering. And they were doing it for oil search presence in Gobi also, so they were regionally placed with this. So we could not, at that time we could not be able to compete amongst us. So you you don't have to come there and I'm going to do my own. And then the Kikori pipeline, so the guys down looking at the Kungu platform and all this stuff. That's all represented by Kikori Oil Investment. So we have our own shares. So we were managed by URES. URES used to be an international company that used to be the caterer for in this country. Yeah, we had this mentality of like, because we did not have the capacity, so we joint ventured with them to come. Now gradually they offloaded the shares. Some was paid off, and then they decided to leave in 2015. I think, yeah 2015. And we thought that, may I say, myself and the guys thought it would be good if they went, and we wanted to match ourselves to be a caterer. So it has been my dream over many years, since the inception of our catering. Like Kutubu Catering, I'm from Kutubu Catering, from Kutubu, so I had to do a joint venture with Urest, providing catering for that time Chevron, and then when Chevron left, and all such too, we continue on, But we're like confined to our own place. We could not be able to expand to other places like Heights or Gobi or those that were very good caterers there. So we tried to stay. But I still had this dream that one day I want to see Kutubu Catering becoming a caterer, just like Urest, just like any other NCS, you got IPA, we had this type of dream. So we managed to, I had this dream, and I've been fighting with all sorts, and I've been fighting with Chevron those days, and look, I wanted to be on my own. But just because we didn't have the capacity and the know-how to do that, so like we were being suppressed many times.
Welcome to Rich Mess, okay, and Dipla Moro, okay.
We want to say thank you to all such Urest at that time. Is that the good thing? They're international companies. They've taken the half of the business it's 50-50, so the profits are taken out. But the good thing they left was that they never took the knowledge that they trained the nationals and the locals, from chefs and from cleaner to chefs and whatever you name it, in the catering industry. For me, that was with the experience, with the know-how that was left. They left PNG because of their own reasons, of economic reasons, they left. So that left us to have that privilege, the leverage to set our own.
Let's go through. Locals,
Managing to get all catering companies together from all 5 impacted areas, Heno said they had all the assets and saw it as a challenge to fulfill a dream.
Yes, we sacrificed, like Kutubu Catering, sacrificed so that PNG NBC can come. And we told them, let's not have this, I'm a landowner company, our own, and confined to our own. No, let's look at a bigger picture. And that's how all of us sacrificed, put our assets together, then we came up with PNG NBC. So Kigira Camp Services has shares in this company, which is Hela Province. Kutubu Catering has shares in this company from Southern Islands. Gobi Catering has shares in this company from Southern Islands. And Kigoro Oil Investment, they have shares in this company from Gulf Province. And it's very hard because culturally we are not the same, but we managed to put together because of the know-how, the understanding, the cooperation, the teamwork, the understanding. We saw that there is a dream, that we can. And we beat the odds. I think people like Ken, Victor Olsen, those guys who said, okay, let's work, and our chairman is there, my chairman is there. Sometimes we just, when dividend is declared, because we said, okay, we'll just keep going. And here we are. And that's where we managed to come together for the last 2 years. It was a challenge when, for me personally, I said, Jonathan, look, now we're in now. Steve, we're in now. I said, the very first day, which is 1st of October, 2015, for me it was like, I have never experienced this. And I had a restless night at that time. That's the very first day. am I going to put the food on the table? That was my challenge. Because the guy whom I depended is gone.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, if I'm going to put that food on the table on the very first day, October 1st, 2015, then I said, then it will be, if it doesn't go well, then it's not going to, my dream won't work. So I really didn't sleep well. Very early in the morning, I just called JC and said, Jonathan, I said, this guy said, and I said, look, I just let it go. I didn't want to call at the same time. I just kept it, and at 6 o'clock he go finish. Let the 6 o'clock. That's where the breakfast starts. So I just want to say what that breakfast went through. For me, it was like. So I said, hey, Jonathan, Steve, find out from the guys on site and Josh and them. Then I would find out. Did the breakfast go to 7 o'clock? I called Jonathan. I said, like, for me, my heart was right here. I just want, because I'm going to compete now. If that one goes through, then I don't worry about it. It's going to go tomorrow. The next day, the lunch will be provided, the dinner will be provided. I don't worry about it. So I called JC and said, Jonathan, please, Steven, so you guys find out from site whether did the breakfast went through. It was around 7 o'clock, and they said, Chairman, the breakfast went through. I said, thank you. Then I said, okay, that's good. And after 2 weeks, it's the payday.
Yeah.
That's what it was, the payday. And you're talking about 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800 staff right across from Heights down to Kutubu, Gobi, Kikuru. You're going to put all this. So when we checked on the sites from Heights, Gobi, and the breakfast was gone. It went through successfully. It's not only in Kutubu. So now we're going to talk about the payroll. It comes to the payroll. Oh, is it JC? I kept JC. The finance minister, can we make it? Can we make it? And after 2 weeks, and Jonathan,
4 years later, they're still getting breakfast on time.
Yeah. And they said, look, the pay went through. That's it, we're good. That's it, we're good. I want to thank Steve and Jonathan and, Josh and these guys. I owe them, Without them, I don't think we wouldn't be here because of the experience. The company is owned by Papua New Guineans. But it is, you just employ the right people to be managing it for you.
The Kutubu Lanco experience is fascinating. They've run along the footprints of 90-year-old Oil Search, PNG's oldest multi-million kina company, which operates all of PNG's oil-producing fields and has a 29% stake in the PNG liquefied natural gas project operated by ExxonMobil PNG. And now, Oil Search owns a part of Alaska's North Shore Slope in the United States. In its first year of operation in 2016, PNG NPHS paid its first dividend of 1 million kina. The Oil Search joint venture was successful because it rode on two core fundamentals of Oil Search: governance and compliance.
Rather than because it's about cooking, okay, minimum people machines for serving 500, 600, 700 people.
So far, the largely local-owned company has taken on some of the country's biggest catering jobs yet, in that of the South Pacific Games in 2015 and more recently, APEC 2018. And as a trial joint venture, PNG NPHS teamed up with Gas as a corporate company and not just a landowner company.
That issue, that's a small mindset.
Yeah.
Now we are thinking about a corporate company. We are Papua New Guineans, but a corporate company. We can perform. Right now, we can perform within the country. We can globally. We can also perform.
Yeah.
Because of the compliance that we have, because of the ISOs that we have complied to be. And on that basis, we tried to one project in Kenya. We went successfully, the joint venture went so we paid dividend also. Then we came up, and when this opportunity arose, which is going to be massive, is that our drive to them is that if we can do it, Why other Papua New Guineans cannot do if we can teach them the same principle that we are doing, they can also prosper in their own land. Let's not have international companies. Let the developers do not have to go and look for outside, but let developers or like Newcrest or all such look into the country for what the country Papua New Guinea can provide. Are they compliant? For instance, if a catering, if they take up a catering, so they check our backgrounds, whether we are compliant, whether we can deliver. If we can, then why you want to bring Uresti? Then why you want to bring Sodexo in? Why you want to bring others in? You know, this is my challenge to Total. This is my challenge to Harmony Gold. Papua New Guineans are ready to do catering. It's compliance. We are competitive. It's not only that just because we are going to go as a landowner and then we've got to give them our grant. No, we want to be competitive. We want to be competitive in that industry. And we want to, when we are competitive, we will deliver. And we wanted to see our landowners from there also, go, how do more good all cure. Yes, at this point in time, if we're going to go, if God willing, if we're going to go into WAFI, yes, the landowners there will come on a zero balance, meaning that they will not have the money to venture into it. But over time, we can make them. If we have that experience, we want to share that experience with them. That no, don't be a bystander. Don't look at yourself as we cannot do it. No, we can do it. We can do it. So long as all of my challenge, my ask to the landowners is that let's not fragment yourself. Work together. You solidify yourself, and you have the corporate mindset. You can deliver it. And people like us coming there, we will direct you. We will be there to make sure that you become just like one of us. Our dream is not to just work in the PNG business, not only in here. We wanted to see going outside of this country. We wanted to be competitive, just like another Urest, or another Sodesco, or just another catering in the world.
Sounds colorful so far, and yet it has taken Peter Heno 20 years to get where he is today. That's not something he's keeping to himself, and on March 24, 2019, in partnership with Oil Search, they took a handful of Wafi Gopu landowner reps from Morobe province in the catering industry within the extractive industry space to get a first-hand insight into how things are done up in Moro.
I've been in PNG for many years, and the board of PNG HS would have to be one of the strongest I've ever worked with. They are argumentative at times. They know where they want to be in the future, but the decisions they make are always the right decisions for the business. And talking to our Wafi friends, once you start up your boards, I would recommend you go down that same track. The business survives if the board is strong. And the board always thinks of the future of the business rather than the future of the individuals that are on that board. This has been successful because the board members allow us to do that. Being a CEO with a board that allows me to operate, I don't say me, I say my team to operate in a manner that allows us to grow, is quite unique in some respects, especially in the catering industry, because the tenders are so volatile, the margins are so small, and yet they have the faith in the business and the team to be able to put those numbers together, and for us to be able to sell that to the board, for us to put it through to clients.
I'm very pleased to say that over the course of the last 4 years since the NPHS contract was put in place, we've seen nothing but steady and continuous progress. And it's been a credit. It's been a credit to not only the management of the NPHS team, but the guys here on site, particularly these boys behind me. And girls, sorry. One thing I can tell you, and to reinforce some of the comments made by Peter, is it hasn't happened by accident. It's happened because people are willing to put in the hard work. They're willing to be patient. And one of the key things that's enabled us to be successful with NPHS is shared vision and values.
Ito 120 million and people are putting finish no government. I'm now go because I'm president and or setting finish. So time people sit down, the total all developers, you come with the money you, people come with the money blood. Supporting government. In order people where you know got money or you know got technical know-how, you go sit down. Narbla line come na talking you one something logo, plot logo, no god. Now people through Somare, people stop, people got all advice, people all man where we got breaking people matrix two, people no meeting matrix do there. Because people married, people not look married now. Now people are finding Musa, people married him, na stop good for long term benefit from people. Thank you.
Catering for such a global company like Oil Search is no walk in the park. It's a massive operation that requires the utmost dedication by all. When you're talking about handling 200,000 tons of local produce per week, you'd have to have that commitment to serve quality service.
So at the moment we're doing about 55 to 60,000 man days a month. So you times that by 3, breakfast, lunch and dinner, plus add a few more for crib meals. That's roughly how many meals we serve a month. Figure-wise on food spend, it depends on different operations.
Yeah, it really depends, but from my operation, from my figures, we're consuming 2.5 to 2.8 million kilos a month. That's the consumption rate. The spend rate varies based on supply chain, but the actual consumption is about 3 million a month these days.
So you're looking at around 3.38 mil in total consolidated group level in terms of the purchasing. Components of that would be, I would say, about 9% overseas and local, basically mostly local.
PNG Mining and Petroleum Hospitality Services Limited is now registered with the National Training Council as part of the company's strategy to pull human resource from within.
The company is also ISO 9001-2015 compliant. We are working towards now in achieving HACCP certification, which is basically it's much more higher standard. So as you can see, we are now also, we've recently incorporated a company in Singapore. So local in touch and global in reach, I would say. So it is a great opportunity to set up as part of our strategic plan as well in terms of our purchasing. So we can source products at a much cheaper.
But it's like what you said with our accreditation. So our ISO certification, our training council registration, our purchasing power. What that means is that when our company does a JV with another company, so for instance a landowner company that's just been put together, they're zero compliant. They have nothing. They have no certification, no safety policies, no safety practices or anything like that. They can join JV with us, and as soon as that JV is signed overnight, they're a compliant company because they can piggyback off of our compliance, our experience, and also, like Jonathan said, we're now setting up a company in Singapore, so we can run our own logistics out of Singapore, bringing in certain products, which is cheaper, makes us more profitable. But whoever we do a JV with, they benefit from that as well. Correct. So rather than having to do the hard yards like Pete did over 20 years, they can JV with us and take on that experience and that certification and background. So they can pretty much go from 0 compliant to 100% compliant overnight.
90% of PNG NPHS revenue is generated from oil search contracts, so part of the strategy now for the local corporate is to diversify into other areas. With
Pete's direction and the board's approval, we've looked at a number of areas. So we've got a joint venture that we've got at the moment with an agricultural company. So we bring in fertiliser and stuff like that into Papua New Guinea, which is a product that is a very good product. It's out of Singapore. And we've got the sole distribution rights for the Asia Pacific. So we've just started bringing that in now and marketing that. So that's one area. We're also looking now, like you said, to register the company with a joint venture in Singapore. So that means that we will be doing our own consolidation logistics work through Singapore as well. And all those revenue lines assist us in growing our company outside of our main focus, which is catering. And we will continue to look at opportunities moving forward. There's another couple of opportunities that are coming up now that aren't our core business, but we're looking at. And we also, we do also do other things, especially around Port Moresby on a smaller scale, that are still catering, but not our core business of remote catering. So we are getting involved in bar and restaurant management. So managing companies in town, which is another area we're starting to fill down into. But yeah, I would imagine this time next year we'd have our fingers in a few more pies. So we're definitely growing and definitely looking at other opportunities. Yeah.
And we've already started with agriculture now. And we want to see that growing. We want to see under PNG as a different section. We want to see, that's my dream. I want to see agriculture comes under a different section where belonging to PNG, but a section, a division of its own. One day I want to see that it's agriculture. And then we have the catering as the core business, and then maybe the property investments another one. So I've already have my dreams, how I did that. You guys knew it, where I want to go. So I'm thankful that without them, I don't think I would go country, but I will achieve it if I have a strong team, strong employees, and they understand that board's direction and they move in a greater way. So my dream, yes, number one, I want to be a corporate player in the world. And I've come to the close now. 1 or 2 more levels and I'll be there. And that's my strongest belief, and if I can do it, I can do it. And PNG can do it. I have the support from our board members and I have a good management team, and God willing, we can be there. And secondly, yes, diversification. We're looking at other things also, but we're looking at agriculture probably is the way forward for when our oil is gone, and we want to see our people are sustained. When you look at when oil is there also, but it's like royalty equity comes. They don't come every month, every week, it takes some years to come. So we see agriculture is the way to go to sustain our life while waiting for these benefits to come. And that's where I have a strong feeling that, a strong enthusiasm that we have to have agriculture still. And I thankfully we've started in that as part of one division I want to achieve. But we still have a lot of